You are so loyal to the version of you that's keeping you broke. Everyone's trying to become a millionaire, but no one's asking why they keep defaulting to the same old version of themselves. I have some clients who come to me and they're like, how do I make this money fast? Like really fast. One of them was like, I want to make $1 million really quick. I was like, okay, that's cool. How are you going to do that? And they replied, well, I'm going to have a product for $1,000 and I'm going to sell it to 1,000 people. And it's like, cool. What's the product? And they were like, I don't know. So they just want the shmoney. Is that a bad thing? No. Let's talk about it. They want freedom. They want peace. They want to be able to wake up naturally to the circadian rhythm. This is their soul wanting freedom, right? So they're not a bad person. But these are the people who stay stuck for decades because they don't actually want to do the work it would take for them to reach the version of themselves that has the $1 million. They want to take the quick route because to actually do the work would require them to face rejection, be disliked, face judgment, take up space. And no one wants to do that. No one wants to change their concept of self. No one wants to build the nervous system capacity to be able to hold more. They just want to go straight from the 3D, skip the 4D, and go straight to the 5D. So, they're looking for people who offer a course that will get them there in 30 days, 3 days. Never Goddard says you can manifest your dream life in 7 days. And then you have people who are like, oh, I manifested my dream life in 7 days. This is training you for instant gratification. Anything worthwhile will take a minute to build. People don't want that. People want fast, quick results. So in this video, I want to show you some of your actions and habits that are strengthening your old identity and blocking you from becoming the version of you who has higher standards, who closes bigger deals, who charges more, who operates at an elite level. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they're trying to reach their big goals is they put their future selves in the future. The language you use to refer to the version of you who has it all is one day, when I eventually, when I get there. This creates psychological distance. When you say stuff like, one day I will do that, and one day I will get there, and when I get there, I will be this, and your brain tags that as not relevant. Because neuroscience shows that your brain doesn't understand past and the future, it only understands now. So most people are talking to that version of themselves rather than from that version of themselves. You need to start talking from that version of yourself. As long as it's one day, it's not today, and your brain knows that. How does that version of you turn up? How does that version of you move? How does that version of you handle this disorderly situation? So long as you're speaking about that version of you like it's someone else, it's just going to continue feeling out of reach. Also, people don't want to learn about their subconscious beliefs around money, their nervous system patterns that are actually sabotaging more money. If you don't learn that, you're just going to take these patterns and behaviors and beliefs to your next level. I get people who say to me, I want financial ease. I want to reach X amount of money by the end of this month or in 6 months. But their behavior is diametrically opposed to their desires. So if you have financial goals, but you blow money like there's no tomorrow, you need to understand why this is happening. If you have a spending issue, then it's most likely coming from these two beliefs. Money disappears, money just ups and leaves, or I'm bad with money. I don't trust myself with money. So the first one, the fear that money leaves, when you have this, you want to have more money. Of course you do. You want to save money, you want to multiply it. But because you have this fear that money will always leave you, you can't actually save anything or invest anything. As soon as money comes in, your body detects threat and you go and blow it. This is a nervous system issue. And of course, the subconscious belief that money disappears. This is the financial trauma that I talk about. This is what I help my clients untangle, because all these beliefs that you have around money and the nervous system patterns that you've developed around money, you're not aware of it, and you're just looping the same behavior and failing to understand why. And the other belief that I'm bad with money, this becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you say stuff like, I'm bad with money, your brain subtly guides your behavior to prove that you are indeed bad with money. So you squander money, you make impulsive decisions, you rack up a lot of debt. When you're trying to make more money, attract more money, but your system believes that money comes with stress and tension, it will always block it. Your brain will not let you hold what your body thinks is dangerous. Another habit that keeps people stuck in their old identity is you keep breaking your word to yourself, saying you'll do things and then not doing them, setting unrealistic expectations and then dropping them. Inconsistency becomes identity. Every time you don't follow through, you're not failing, you're reinforcing who you are. So next time when you set a goal, try to set a realistic goal that you can actually work toward, something achievable. So let it be small, something that you will do without hesitation, without friction. When you consistently turn up for yourself, your brain upgrades the self-model. Your brain doesn't care about your intentions, it tracks your patterns. Now, the next one is where you need to be pretty ruthless. It's your environment, the people around you. You're trying to become new in an environment that keeps reintroducing you to the old you. When you are on a healing path, when you are trying to become a better version of yourself, and you are surrounded by the same standards, the same conversations, the same people, the same habits, the standards you tolerate, constant reminders of who you are, you're not really changing. Your identity isn't just in your head, it's reflected back to you all day. If nothing around you changes, don't be surprised when you don't either. When I say this to people, they reply with, oh, but what if it's your family? What if they're your family? What if they're... Yes, family. Yes, this is why I said you need to be ruthless. Your cutoff game needs to be strong. I'm not saying cut everyone out and go and live in a jungle. No, we all need people, but try to be around people who are on a similar path or have a similar outlook. Sometimes this phase can get very lonely and feel very uncertain, but that's why I said you need to keep posture. Now, the lag phase. Most people quit in the lag phase because when you have upgraded your self-model, right, your external reality won't catch up as fast as you want it to. This is where most people fold because they start thinking, oh my God, I'm not seeing any change. I'm not seeing any results. This isn't for me. And then they revert back. Your internal shift happens first, then your external reality takes a minute to catch up. This is where your ego will get very loud. Your ego, your inner litigator, is going to start saying stuff like, well, it's not working out. We need to go back. Oh my God, can't see the results. The version of you want is built in the phase where you feel like nothing is happening. You may feel like there's nothing happening, but there's a lot happening in the background. While your identity is stabilizing, all the links are linking, SumDMD, everything is happening, okay? Identity is repetition. Identity is consistency. Identity is what you return to under pressure. So please don't fold. During this time of uncertainty, you need to move your body. Move your body. Are you going to the gym? Are you going to yoga? Are you running? Are you swimming? Are you getting out of your head and going into your body? It's very important that you get out of your head and go into your body. Otherwise, you'll just be stuck in your head thinking that nothing is changing. You need to move your body. The only question is, are you going to keep returning to the old you or finally stay as the new one? So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Sending you love, and I will see you in a jiffy.